Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 6 of No Money Spent. We're bringing it back. It's been a couple weeks since I've uploaded No Money Spent. Honestly, just kind of needed a break from grinding this game a lot, but we're bringing it back. Going to be rebuilding the team in today's episode, using some of the players that we already had, especially all the non-auctionable type of guys, but also adding in some new players. Then we might just hop into a game of Unlimited and see what we can do with our team. Not 100% sure if we're going to play Unlimited in today's episode, but we're definitely going to be preparing the team to get back into Unlimited and start grinding with the No Money Spent team. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 10,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So I will say this, in terms of players that we do have on this team, first of all, I'm just going to throw some end of bench guys in here to just because we're going to be building a 10-man. But we have some pretty solid cards. We really do. Some guys who can already fill some spots in our 10-man rotation, and we have 400,000 MT, which is from selling everybody that I did have when I made my last No Money Spent episode, which was a while ago at this point. But after the last 250k qualifier, I sold everyone on my team, and we are now set up with a really good amount of MT. 400k is a very solid starting point. Definitely not going to spend all that in today's video, but we can spend a portion of that to continue to build the squad. So starting point guard is an easy one. If y'all remember, I pulled an unauctionable Ben Simmons. This is a very easy card to slot into the lineup. We know he's got a spot. One of, if not the best point guards in the game. I don't think he's quite the best point guard, but he's right up there near the top. Definitely an absolutely elite card, and he's going to slot in at our starting point guard position. No doubt about it. 6'11", elite defender, can shoot the three a little bit, but he's an incredible slasher, incredible defender, and a great playmaker, and a very easy choice for our starting PG. Another player who's a very obvious choice to slot into this lineup is going to be Kevin Garnett, another guy who's absolutely elite across the board. He can create his own shot, incredible defender, has a very good release, a top 3 or 4 power forward still in the game. Definitely on that elite level of power forward where he can compete with a D-Rob or a KP or an Anthony Davis or guys like that at the power forward position. Those are the two most obvious guys, in my opinion, to slot into this lineup. But outside of those guys, we have some other guys that I do want to put in the team as well. First of all, we're going to come off the bench and we're going to throw Ray Allen in here. I haven't decided if Ray is going to start for us or come off the bench yet. There is a chance he still winds up being in the starting lineup, but for right now, we're going to bring him off the bench. Another guy who's a great shot creator, solid defender, really good shooter, obviously, and has great dunk animations as well. Definitely think he's a great option to keep in our team. And then another player who definitely has a spot is going to be Mr. Tim Thomas. Obviously, I locked in Tim Thomas before the last 250k qualifier, which means he is a permanent part of the team as well, so we can definitely keep him in the lineup, and another great option for our team who we can have in our lineup. Again, not totally sure if he's going to start or come off the bench as well. Haven't totally figured that part out yet either, but these 4 guys are guaranteed to be in my 10-man lineup. I think they're so good, and we already have them on our lineup or in our collection for free. There's no need to upgrade from these guys, so I think these are guys who we can definitely keep in our squad. Now, backup center is another guy position that I think I do have a guy who can fit in there for the time being, and that's going to be Michael Oluwakandi. Really like this card a lot as well. He's a very capable defender, has great dunk animations, a super nice release, solid athleticism for a big, great slasher. Definitely think he's a great option as well, and I think he's another great guy to put into the team. Now, outside of these 5 guys, I'm not sure if I want to run any of these other cards in our lineup right now. We could run a guy like Andrew Wiggins or Karl Malone or Jetty Osman or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There's some guys we can definitely run, but for now, I don't think I want to force any of those guys into the lineup. I kind of want to just build on what we have right now and see what we can turn this lineup into. So we do need to add in another point guard just temporarily and another shooting guard. So we'll just throw in a couple of temporary guys there who can just allow us to back out and work on building our lineup. But with that being said, we got to go buy some players. The first player that I'm going to look at his price for today's video is going to be Vince Carter at the 2 potentially. I am considering picking up this Vince Carter if he is relatively affordable. I will admit right now he's still pretty expensive, so I think we're going to hold off on Vince for the time being, and instead at the shooting guard position we're just going to go with a super cheap option. I think RJ Barrett can hold it down at the shooting guard position for the time being at a very high level for very cheap. He's a very inexpensive guy and honestly a very good card. Probably have him come off the bench behind Ray Allen, but I think he's going to be a great option for our team for, obviously, like I said, very cheap, which is super nice. You can get one for 7.4k right now, None of them have extra Hoffs or any extra badges, so we'll just pick up that RJ Barrett, and we can throw him in there at the shooting guard position, probably start Ray Allen for now, and then bring RJ off the bench. And I think RJ is going to be a great option for our shooting guard position off the bench. Now, backup point guard. I know exactly who I want for my backup point guard. This is an easy decision. It's Deni Avdija. I would consider buying Gary Payton, but I think he's relatively significantly more expensive than Deni, and Deni does give me more size, as well as obviously a much better player build, which I think definitely gives him some increased value that you're not going to get out of Gary because of how expensive Gary is comparatively. I mean, he's more than twice the price of a Deni Avdija, whereas Deni, I mean, we know he's around 27,000 MT at the most expensive. Yeah, we can get one for 25k MT base. Like, that's an absolute steal. Gotta pick up Deni. 6'9" backup PG, gives you the size and versatility to compete against other guards, and is very solid on the offensive end as well. Has great dunk animation, super solid playmaker. Another really easy option, in my opinion, for a guy to run at the backup point guard position. Now, the other team positions that I am kind of wondering about. Starting center. I think for right now, the best option for starting center is probably going to be Dino Radja, simply because of the fact that Dino is, I mean, he's a great card. I think Dino gives you, even at only 6'11", a player build where he can compete at the center position for sure. And I think he's going to be super solid at that spot for our team. I don't know exactly how expensive he is. Okay, he's actually pretty cheap. He's still under 30k. So that is definitely good to see as well. Another awesome budget card that we can slot into our team for very, very cheap. Moves really, really well. Incredible SIGs. Has a near 8-foot wingspan. Just really, really good all-around card. See if we can find one with any extra Hoffs. Doesn't look like any of them have extra Hoffs or anything like that, so we'll just buy this one for 27,500. That's going to be another great upgrade to the team for Dino Radja. We'll throw him at that starting center position for now. I would like to try to find a really good budget center in the near future, if at all possible, but for right now, I think Dino's going to hold it down. Hoping that we do get ourselves somebody like, I don't know, who's 7'2", 7'3", 7'4", as a budget center who can both compete against Yao Ming but also shoot the three at a high level. I think that's going to be the type of card that I'd really like to find in the near future. But for now, I think this is what we're going to rock with. And then I do have two other guys that I do want to add into the lineup as well. At the 3, I want to go with Rudy Gay. I think this Rudy Gay card is awesome. I think he's a little bit underappreciated and underrated at the small forward position, considering how good I really do think he is. He's got an incredible release. He's a very capable shot creator, an elite slasher, and a really solid defender. So definitely pretty high on this Rudy Gay card as well. It looks like he's dropped in price pretty significantly. He was close to 40k a few days ago, and now he's like near 25,000 MT, which is absolutely, in my opinion at least, a complete steal. So we'll pick this one up for 26,000 MT, and we can slot him in. Oh, okay, that one has already been bought. So let's just check real quick. No extra Hoffs on any of the other ones. We'll just take this one for 26.5 instead. So extra 500 MT, but it's not that big of a deal. And then the final player that we're going to pick up for our backup power forward position for right now is going to be Jonathan Isaac, assuming that he's not too expensive. I don't want to spend 80,000 MT on this card. Okay, so he's definitely dropped in price as well, so this is good. I really would like to get one for sub 50k if that's possible. Okay, that's not quite possible, and I'm not 100% sure that I want to spend this much MT on a backup power forward. I actually think Jonathan Isaac is the best small forward of the 3 between Rudy, Tim Thomas, and himself, but in all honesty, I don't really want to spend this much MT on a card right now. I don't know. I have 300k, which is a lot, but Jonathan Isaac, he's a great card. He's going to be really good for a long time, but I just, you know what? We're going to do it. We got the MT. I think we'll pick him up. We could go with a budget card like a Nick Claxton or somebody like that, or even a James Wiseman and move Dino to the 4 or something like that. But I think for this team, the way that it's looking today, we're going to rock out with something like this. I like this team a lot. I think this 10-man, I think we've really quickly built ourselves a very, very capable 10-man lineup. Cost us, 140,000 MT to pick up Dino, John Isaac, Rudy Gay, RJ Barrett, and Deni Avdija. So we picked up 5 of our 10 players in this video, and now have ourselves a really good base 10-man lineup that I think we can run with and have a lot of success. I might change some things up a little bit. I don't think I have quite enough shot creation off my bench, maybe. I don't know. We are going to buy one more card as well. I do have an idea about one other guy that I do want to buy. I'm going to run an 11-man lineup simply because I want to have a guy who can compete against Yao Ming, if at all, if like necessary at the end of the game or something like that. And I want to have Mark Eaton. I know he can't shoot the 3, but he is 7'4", and he's got an incredible player build. And I think he can compete on the interior against Yao better than pretty much anybody. So looks like he's around 11,000 MT. So that's not bad either. He probably won't play much, but in certain matchups, especially if we're getting really abused by Yao on the interior, we might throw Mark Eaton in the lineup and use him to hopefully be a bit of a Yao stopper. And it looks like he's like price fixed at 11,000 MT. Like he's basically no cheaper than 11K, but we'll pick this one up for 10.95 and we'll throw him in our last 3 as well. And overall, I mean, I think this gives us a really solid 10-man lineup. I really do. Like, I think this team very quickly has gone from a bunch of free cards, and I did get lucky with Ben, but it's gone from a decent little budget-ish team to a squad that I think can really compete, especially having Eaton, who can kind of be a Yao stopper of sorts. And now we have a deep 10-man lineup that I think could really compete at a very high level. But with that being said, I don't think I'm going to take this lineup into Unlimited today. I just kind of wanted this to be a team building episode, get ourselves a baseline team built, and then I'll probably get another No Money Spent episode out to y'all on Sunday or Monday, where we'll go into Unlimited and test our team out and see what we can do in the Unlimited streets. But that is going to do it for this episode. Just a quick refresher episode on the team, rebuilding the squad. Hope you all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more NBA content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.